Marseille is the oldest city in France, supposedly founded by the Greeks in 600 BC. Since that time, it's been a meeting place for all the races of the world, the port of the seven seas, and sometimes said to harbor the worst criminal elements in Europe. Me, I'm just passing through. Or at least I was until I picked up a French nail in my English tire. We all finished?
Oui, monsieur.
How much do I owe you?
Oh, there's no charge, monsieur.
Why not?
Because it's a great honor to change a tire for the famous Simon Templar.
You've been very elusive this evening, Sousa.
I'm sorry, Mr. Osmond.
I wanted to speak to you about business.
I was coming to see you, Mr. Osmond. I swear I was.
How kind of you. Of course, you understand that I'm moving in.
Yes,
Yes, I'm taking over the whole district from here to Naples.
of course. I won't give you any trouble, Mr. Osmond.
No, I don't think you will. Let him go.
But, Mr. Osmond...
Let him go.
You won't regret this, Mr. Osmond. I promise you I work for you. I'll do anything you say. You can count on my fullest cooperation.
Thank you, thank you.
Who did it? He is dead, monsieur.
That's Martin.
He was hit by your car?
By a bullet in the back.
Laura, bet I can get down there in a minute and 5 seconds.
Well, don't you dare try.
What's the matter? Chicken?
I hate fast driving. I've told you before.
And we'll have to get you used to it, won't we?
Toby, don't.
bad. 1 minute, 8 seconds. That wasn't too bad, was it?
No, I hate it. It absolutely terrifies me. And yet you deliberately, stupidly, sadistically... Oh!
Oh, look. I'm sorry.
Sorry, you're tiresome, dull, and stupid. So don't ever, do you hear, speak to me again.
Laura, come back. Laura, you can't walk all the way. It's 10 miles. Look.
Good afternoon. I would like to point out I'm not in the habit of picking up strange girls on the roads of France. Unless, of course, they happen to be ravishingly beautiful and have a sore foot. Are you going to town? Don't tell me in this day and age you're actually taking the path of virtue and walking home after a car ride. Come on, let me give you a lift.
You've been awfully sweet. Please come in and have a drink.
I'd love to.
Laura, what on earth have you been doing?
Hello, Dad. Oh, fighting with Toby. I want you to meet the most fascinating man. He rescued me in the mountains and brought me home, and he's kind, self-sacrificing, and... Oh, what is your name?
Simon Templar.
My father, Galbraith Stride.
Mr. Templar, I know you by reputation.
Good, I hope.
Mixed. But at any rate, you're most welcome.
Thank you.
Well now, what's all this about?
No, Toby was driving like a maniac, so I slapped his face and started to walk home. Mr. Templar picked me up and saved me from doing myself a permanent injury.
Laura!
Ooh, soda water's cheap. Ooh, absolute heaven.
So good for the carpet.
Yes, quite.
Well, give him a drink, Dad. It's the least we can do.
What'll you have, Mr. Templar?
A scotch, please.
With soda?
Water.
Isn't he sweet?
Here's some lovely paintings.
Yes, very nice, aren't they?
Van Gogh, Constable.
And that one's a Utrillo, and there's the money.
Magnificent.
And very expensive.
Darling.
Well, I was trying to impress him.
You have. Aren't you nervous?
What about?
There's so many art thefts on the Riviera these days.
They're all insured.
I'm glad to hear that. It's a crime.
Cheers. Hadn't you better cancel your table at La Clé d'Or tonight?
Why? Oh, yes, I'm not talking to Toby, am I? And I can hardly go alone.
Would it be too presumptuous of me to ask if I could be second choice?
Oh, isn't he absolutely super? Simon, would you?
Of course, I'll check into the hotel, take a shower, and pick you up at what time?
About 8? And you are the nicest man I've ever met.
Merci. Oh, chasseur. Well, distinguished Chief of Police, Colonel Latillon. How are you?
I am well, at the moment.
Nice to see you.
And you, even though your appearance in my part of France usually means trouble.
Colonel, I'm as innocent as a baby.
Yes. You picked up Galbraith Stride's daughter this afternoon on the Grand Corniche.
Is that a crime?
No. But it so happens that Monsieur Stride has one of the most valuable art collections on the Riviera.
Well, Colonel, I can assure you I'm here on holiday.
Yes, and even on holiday you witness a murder.
Yes. That poor devil in Marseille.
Yes.
Find out who he was?
His name was Henri Souza, a long criminal record. Known to be a member of the most dangerous vice ring on the Mediterranean coast.
The Latini, huh?
You know about them.
Well, quite frankly, I'm surprised you even let them exist.
We do not let them exist. We cannot break them. They are incredibly well organized. Their leaders are hidden. Sousa ran their rackets in Marseille. Oh, this is most handsome.
It's yours.
A bribe?
A gift.
Oh, thank you. I accept. At the same time, I must warn you, I do not want you to take the law, the French law, into your own hands. Let us be sure your holiday continues without incident.
Well, tonight it will be decided.
Yes.
Why, Trape, don't tell me you're nervous.
Of course not. You ready to leave?
Yes, as soon as Clemens has the figures. I've waited for this a long time. And tomorrow it'll all be mine. Are you finished?
Yes, almost, sir.
I need those figures now, Clemens. Who's paid and how much?
You'll have them, sir.
You promised them for 9 o'clock. It's 10 past.
Just another couple of minutes, sir.
You don't approve of my taking over, do you, Clemens?
It's not for me to say, sir.
No. But after tonight, I am the Latini. Complete and absolute charge.
You won't find it as easy as it was in Marseille and Naples.
Meaning?
Well, you're liable to get hurt.
Killed, you mean?
Yes.
Sir!
Yes, sir.
You'd like to see me dead, wouldn't you, Clemens? Answer me!
No, sir.
How many drinks have you had tonight?
Just one.
You're a liar. You have 5 more minutes. That's all.
With my compliments, Mr. Templar.
Thank you, darling. I say it's always a pleasure to visit your establishment. I'm delighted to see it's doing so well.
Oh, yes. I give people the best, and I charge them the highest. I cannot complain. Please, enjoy yourself this drive.
Thank you. What a nice man. Free champagne.
A shrewd one, too. 5 years has built this place from nothing to the best club in this part of France. Gin.
Cheers. Don't look now, but we're being followed.
Do tell me when I can look.
That's Toby.
You're glad to see him.
I'm not.
Oh, come on, Laura, you like him, admit it.
He's so young, so immature.
You're not exactly creaking with age yourself.
Well, I think a woman should marry a man at least 10 years older than herself.
I've seen us. Now, don't be too rough on him.
Good evening, Laura.
Good evening, Toby.
I'm Simon Templar.
I'm Toby Hamilton.
Will you join us?
I'm not sure I'm welcome.
How very perceptive of you.
Laura, I'm terribly sorry about this afternoon.
You should be.
No, I am, honestly, and I apologize. I was completely in the wrong.
You certainly were.
Laura, please. Laura, please forgive me.
Well,
How about some champagne?
Toby doesn't drink,
Oh, congratulations.
but I do.
Toby, it does occur to me that your position in this battle needs consolidating.
I need something.
If I may make a suggestion, why don't you ask Laura to dance?
I'm afraid that's impossible. You see, this afternoon I had a long walk home, and my feet are so sore that I couldn't possibly dance with anyone for a very long time.
Oh, come on, Laura, you can't stay mad at me forever.
No, I suppose I can't. Excuse us, Simon.
There must be some mistake.
No mistake, Mr. Dowley.
But I have already paid 60,000 francs, my dues in full for 6 months.
That's most unfortunate, Mr. Dowley. I'm dreadfully sorry, but, you see, these errors in bookkeeping invariably creep in when management changes.
Changes?
Yes. As of tonight, I am head of the Latini, in complete charge. Your previous payment is, how shall I put it, nullified.
Are you asking me to pay again?
Not asking you, ordering you.
But this is extortion.
Yes.
It is not fair.
No.
I cannot pay it. I will not.
Yeah. Did you see three men going to Monsieur Daly's office just now?
Yes, Monsieur Templar.
You know who they were?
I do not know, Monsieur.
Thank you. Now listen, Dally. If you want that door to stay in one piece, you pay me.
Otherwise, you have problems.
Just a little something in the cream. And the customers who take cream in their coffee will get very, very sick.
Yes. And food poisoning invariably results in lawsuits. Do you understand, Daddy?
I think he understands. But he doesn't agree, right, darling?
Trape.
We going somewhere? Darling, I have a complaint. My champagne. It has a slight flavor of cork. Not acute, but enough to spoil the bouquet. Would you mind giving it your personal attention?
Tell him to get out, Dally.
I think you had better go.
Surely you're not ignoring my complaint.
Get out.
You know, darling, you really must be careful about the riffraff you let in here. Give the place a bad name.
Oh, wait. My friend, you've no idea what you've stepped into. It would be very wise if you left quietly, you know?
Darling, my champagne, please.
Yes, Mr. Templar.
Templar.
Oh, you remember?
Remember what?
We met last night in Marseille when you shot Henri Souza.
Don't be such a fool.
You heard what he said.
There is a time and a place for everything. The next time we meet, Mr. Templar, things will be different.
Mr. Templar, I am sorry. I know you want only to help me, but these men are dangerous.
Oh, darling, I can be rather dangerous myself. I tell you what, we'll talk later when the club's closed.
Good.
Something you drank.
Simon, we thought we'd lost you.
Is that wishful thinking?
Of course not.
Well, I thought as you two seem to bear the hatchet, you might just prefer to be alone.
Not at all.
Toby?
Well, I'm
You see?
No, you invited me out to dinner and you can't back out now. Dad was a witness. Sit down.
Good evening, Stride.
I've told you never to come here, under any circumstances.
But I have something important to tell you.
Nothing is that important. My business life is totally separate from this house and from my daughter.
Ah, yes, Laura. I'd almost forgotten she existed. How old is she now?
That's none of your affair.
22, 23. She must be completely grown up.
Osmond, get this straight. I put you where you are because you're useful. You are not indispensable.
That is a matter of opinion.
There are a dozen men ready to take your place.
And what about your place?
I beg your pardon.
It's very simple, Stride. You're finished as head of the Latini. However, for old time's sake, I shall give you the chance to back out gracefully.
You're out of your mind. Or else you're drunk.
Oh, no. I am very moderate in my consumption of alcohol. Moderation is so important in liquor, women, everything.
Are you seriously suggesting that you can take over the Latini?
I already have.
Don't be absurd. There's Rossi in Sicily, Barbello in Naples, Souza in Marseille. They'll kill you.
Yes, that occurred to me. Have you heard from any of them lately?
Yes, I spoke to Souza yesterday morning.
Yes. Probably his last telephone conversation.
What do you mean?
I shot Souza last night. You know, this is excellent cognac.
Toby. I don't know how I'm going to tell you this, but... Well, you're very sweet and very nice. But I won't marry you.
Why?
I suppose I want a man who's... well, exciting.
Am I dull, is that it?
Good night, Toby.
Laura. Laura, I love you.
You'll get over it.
Yes, we'll work out a percentage for you. A small one, of course.
I suppose you know this will start a war of revenge that will shatter the entire organization. I have plans for developing Malta and Cyprus that you know nothing about. How could you possibly cope with those?
Oh, I'm a very willing pupil. And
Hello, Dad. Oh, am I interrupting?
Yes, dear, well, we were just discussing some business.
Sorry.
it's not Laura. Not little Laura. You don't remember me?
Why, no, should I?
No, my dear, of course you shouldn't. Last time I saw you, you were wearing a most dreadful school uniform, black stockings, and a most appalling straw hat.
And her uniform, hideous.
Galbraith? She's charming. And very beautiful.
Why, thank you, Mr.
Osman. Abdul Osman. And please don't rush off. I haven't seen you for 12 years.
Well, if you're sure I'm not disturbing you.
No, of course not. Well, we finished our business.
Yes, we have.
By the way, when can I expect your decision?
You've had it.
Perhaps you'll change your mind.
He never does, Mr. Osmond.
There is a first time for everything.
Are you staying here long?
Only for 3 days.
Where are you staying?
On my yacht, the Luxor. You may have noticed it.
Not the big white one, moored off the old quay.
Yes, that's right.
We drove past it tonight. It's magnificent.
Would you like to see it?
Well, I'd love to.
Perhaps you'll lunch on board tomorrow.
Now, look here, Osman.
Oh, you too, of course, Galbraith. That goes without saying.
Thank you. I have an engagement.
Well, I haven't. I had a door to.
Laura.
Splendid. The dinghy will pick you up at the old quay at noon. Is it convenient?
I look forward to that.
Good. And now, Laura, you must tell me all about yourself. What have you been doing all these 12 years?
Quite simply, the Latini is a terrorist organization. I pay 10,000 a month.
20,000 a year.
Yes, it is cheap for what I get in return.
Oh, what do you get in return?
I am left alone.
I see. And Osman?
I don't know. He must be a high official. He claims to be taking over. Of course, I do not know who the leader is. No one has ever seen him. Every 3 months, a man comes, and I pay him. I can afford it.
Darling, it's extortion.
My friend, I know you mean only for the best.
Would like to help?
You can help me best if you do not interfere. This restaurant is my life. I do not want to lose it.
Well, Darling, if that's the way you want it, good night.
Good night. No, with my compliments.
Thanks, I'll see you around.
There he is. About time.
Come on, cheer up, Toby. You know what they say about the path of true love.
Thanks. I just don't know how to handle Laura, that's all.
Try giving her a good spanking.
Oh, great.
Women like to be dominated.
Yeah, I'm not the type. She's out with some character on a yacht today, a business associate of her father's. Chap named Osmond.
Osmond?
Yes, man.
Yes, we've met briefly. You say he's a business associate of the Fowlers?
Yes. Absolutely filthy with money.
Absolutely filthy without it.
My dear Laura, how lovely you look.
Thank you.
I've planned our entire day. Do you mind?
Not at all.
You've no idea how much I've looked forward to this.
It's so easy, isn't it? Too easy.
This has been one of the loveliest days of my life.
I'm glad.
I'm sorry
Sorry.
that it's over.
It's not over yet.
Excuse me, sir, you wanted on the ship-to-shore telephone. Marseille.
Thank you, Trape. A business call I've been expecting. Will you excuse me?
I don't be long.
No.
Yes, that's right.
Hello, Mr. Clements.
Well, if he doesn't pay, take the usual steps.
Just exactly what is it you're trying to tell me?
Well, yes, you see, I've made rather a mess of my life. The reason is...
Clarence, may I see you for a moment, please?
Yes, sir.
Shut the door, Clemens. If you ever interfere with what I'm doing, I'll kill you.
Is anything wrong?
Wrong?
Mr. Clements seemed strange.
Oh, it's such a tragedy, my dear. You know, he's drunk practically all the time. I do wish I could help him. Now, look, let's forget about Clemens. We have the whole evening ahead of us.
Oh, Toby. Didn't do anything. We'll handle this my way, if you don't mind.
Abdul, you said there could be other days.
Yes?
Tomorrow?
The dinghy will pick you up at 12 o'clock.
I enjoyed every second of today.
So did I. And I hate to say good night.
Dad! Still up?
Did you have a nice time?
Marvelous. He's absolutely charming. In fact, he's the most fascinating man I've ever met.
Laura, dear, I never interfere with your life, do I?
No?
Well, I'd like to ask you a favor.
Yes?
Please, don't see Osmond again.
Are you serious?
Very.
Why?
Because, dear, I ask you not to.
I don't understand.
After all, you're not exactly hard up for friends.
That's not the point. You must have some reason for asking me this.
Yes, I have.
Well, what is it?
Laura, dear, you're not nearly as sophisticated as you think you are, you know. Now, please take my word for it. Don't see this man again.
Why?
And don't keep saying why all the time.
That's so unreasonable.
It isn't.
But I think it is.
Well, then you'd better just do as you're told.
Dad, I'm not a 6-year-old, for heaven's sake.
And don't be insolent.
Insolent. Out of nowhere, you make this absurd mid-Victorian demand that I...
It's not absurd.
It is to me. But look, what's wrong with him anyway? He's your friend, isn't he? He told me today that every penny he's made he owes to you.
Abdul Osman is a depraved, evil man.
Then why are you so close to him?
I'm not.
I met him in this house.
He was here on business.
Just exactly what is so terribly bad about him?
Oh, he's very clever, I know that. Charming, sophisticated, glamorous to you, no doubt. And I know perfectly well what he's done to you.
Done?
Yes, I saw you in the car, letting him kiss you and paw you like some cheap little...
How dare you say a thing like that?
He kissed you, I saw him.
He kissed me because I wanted him to. I practically threw myself at him.
But don't you understand? He's low, common, and despicable. And I forbid you to see him again.
Forbid? Oh, Dad, don't be so silly.
You're not to see him again, you understand? That is an order.
Why don't you tell her the truth?
What do you mean?
I've been listening to you play the high-handed father.
Please go.
On the other hand, if you tell her the truth about Osman, you'll have to admit you're the head of the Latini.
I can't.
You may have to.
Never.
Look, Stride, young people don't have many idols these days, and Laura worships you. I just hate to see her disillusioned. But I am going to get you. And Osman. And if Laura gets hurt in the process, that's just too bad. So what happens next?
I haven't much choice.
Go ahead. And that's the difference between you and Osman. He would have pulled the trigger.
Here he comes.
I told you to come alone.
My dear Stride, don't be absurd. You select this deserted place for a meeting and you expect me to come unprotected? I get to the point.
Well, I'm prepared to make certain concessions.
Very wise.
But on two conditions.
Which are?
One, that you leave at once.
I'm sailing tonight. What's the second?
That you never ever see Laura again.
But Stride, she's enchanting.
And don't discuss her.
I can't help it. Why, I might even fall in love with her.
You never see her again, do you understand?
Oh, well, in that case, I must find someone else to amuse me. Well, then, what are these concessions?
You can have all the territories in the Middle East and North Africa.
Now, go on.
That's all.
You're joking.
That's all, understand?
You're a has-been, Stride. You're old and incompetent. Most of the Latini have moved over to me, and I want the rest of them.
Never.
Just for old time's sake, I'd prefer nothing happen to you. But if I have to, I'll give the order and you'll die.
Laura, suppose we go for a swim and have some lunch afterwards at the beach club.
I've been to the beach club 3 times this week. The same dreary people.
Then what do you want to do?
I don't know. You invited yourself over here, so suggest something.
I know what your trouble is. You're being disagreeable because your father won't let you see Osmond.
Don't be stupid.
Well, go on, admit it. You like the man.
Well, what if I do?
Well, he's vulgar, flashy, and smooth.
I think he's charming.
Then you have the oddest taste in men.
I don't see that it's any of your business.
And Simon Templar agrees with me.
Oh, does he now? I take it you've been discussing this with everybody?
And your father agrees. Osmond's a creep.
Well, at least he doesn't bore me to death.
And I do, is that it?
Frankly, yes. To distraction.
Then there's no point in my staying, is there?
Exactly. I shall go to Mr. Osmond's yacht for some grown-up, civilized conversation.
She's not coming.
Yes, but
And just for once, couldn't you appear without a drink in your hand?
Clemens, I've had enough for one day. Laura!
Hello.
You're early?
Do you mind?
Mind, of course not. I'm delighted. I'll fix us some drinks.
Laura! Laura!
I'm sorry, monsieur. Miss Laura has gone out.
Oh? Where?
I do not know, monsieur.
But she's with Mr. Toby.
Oh, no, monsieur. They had a big fight. Very mad. Miss Laura go off alone.
I see. Thank you, Ned.
Well, I've planned another perfect day.
Have you?
You don't sound very enthusiastic.
Sorry, I was thinking of something else. As a matter of fact, I very nearly didn't come today.
Didn't come?
Dad didn't want me to.
But why?
For some ridiculous reason, he doesn't seem to approve of you.
And very wise he is, too.
Oh?
Well, I'm a very disreputable fella.
Are you?
Completely. Excuse me for a moment. Finished?
Yes.
Yes, that should do it. Now, deliver it to Stride at once. Make sure he understands I'm sailing at 9. Will, Laura?
I will, sir.
And Clemens, stay sober. You live longer.
You're telling me the truth. She is on board.
Yes, sir.
Does she know anything?
Not yet, sir.
Oh, I tried to warn her against him. Well, you see, Clemens, she doesn't know what I am. All right, you can go.
What shall I tell him, sir?
Tell him to remember John Paul Jones.
I don't understand.
I have not yet begun to fight.
Unless Mr. Stride gives in, Osmond sails tonight at 9 o'clock.
Will Laura?
Yes.
Where?
I don't know.
Will Stride capitulate?
I'm not sure. I doubt it.
What made you come to me?
Well, Mr. Osmond regards you as a very dangerous enemy, so I thought you might help.
I will.
Mr. Templar, if he ever finds out I came to see you, he'll kill me.
Where the devil have you been? What kept you?
Well,
Did you see Stride?
yes, sir.
Does he understand what will happen unless he's on board by 9?
I think so, sir.
Will he come?
Well, I'm not sure, sir.
Well, we still have 2 more hours.
Sorry about this interruption, my dear. Business.
It's all right. Apple has been a lovely dinner, but I think I really ought to go now. Dad will be worrying.
But it's early.
Please ought to be thinking I ought to go now.
That's very unfortunate.
Pardon?
My dear Laura, you're a very beautiful girl, but you're incredibly stupid. You're here simply as a pawn.
My father...
Your father will do as he's told. So will you. Sit down. Still there? No sign of Stride, though.
How could she live with her father all these years and not even suspect?
Oh, he made sure she didn't. Come on, we can't wait any longer.
Is the boat laid on?
Yeah, all set. Ever used one of these?
No, never.
You'll learn.
What about you?
I am going to get caught, remember?
come on board with you.
No, I go first. Create a distraction. Now get under that tarpaulin. Ahoy, lots up! I'm coming aboard!
That's not Stride.
It's Templar. He's all on his own.
Abby, just 10 men to board Osmond's yacht. Please.
But, Mr. Stride, I don't work for you no more.
It's a crazy way to pipe the Admiral aboard, isn't it?
Well, what did you expect?
Exactly what I'm getting. Bring him in.
Mr. Templar, I admire your courage, but it baffles me. What do you hope to achieve by coming on my boat?
To see you dead.
An impossible ambition.
Wouldn't go that far.
Simon, what does all this mean?
It means that Abdul has made his money out of every conceivable vice and crime. Out of the wreckage of more human lives than you could possibly imagine. You weren't really attracted to him, were you?
Yes.
Well, I suppose a girl is entitled to slum every so often.
You need a lesson in manners.
Go ahead, teacher.
Lock him up! And let go!
School closed for today?
What does Templar hope to achieve?
I don't know, sir.
How did he know Laura was here? And even if he did know, why should he suspect she was in danger?
I have no idea, sir.
Well, never mind. Obviously, Stride isn't coming. Tell Trabe we'll sail as soon as possible.
I'm sorry I'm late, gentlemen.
So you decided to cooperate?
Where's Laura?
She is quite safe.
Well, I want to see her.
I'll send you both ashore as soon as you and I settle our business. But please, let us conduct ourselves as gentlemen.
Any problems?
No, not yet. Are you all right, Laura?
Yes.
In here, quick.
Look, I refuse to discuss anything at gunpoint.
I'll concede everything. There's the letter you asked for.
Well, you are very generous.
Now, I want to see Laura.
I'll send for her. Oh, please put that gun away. That's better. Now, let's drink of this. Cognac? Yes, this should satisfy everybody. Except me. Lock the door.
Tell Colonel Rattignon he'll need at least 6 men.
Right.
And tell him to hurry.
Son, I don't like leaving you here.
Do as you're told. And say as little as possible to Laura.
Right.
You gave me your word.
My dear Stride, since when did your word or my word mean anything? That means the police will be here very soon. We must hide the body.
We can make it look like self-defense.
Now, don't be so stupid. His gun hasn't been fired.
We'll fix that. You were sitting at the desk? Just to make things look realistic.
That's very clever of you, Clemens.
And just to make absolutely certain... Mr. Osmond!
It's the girl. She got away.
Mr. Osmond!
couldn't stop the Ritz Templar. They shot each other.
So many tributes. So many people loved him.
Yes, Miss Stride. Your father will be remembered with respect.
I think it's a wise decision on your part, Laura, to close the house up and go away for a while.
Well, we ought to be leaving soon if we're going to catch that plane.
Goodbye, Simon.
Laura.
Goodbye.
What about Clemens?
In hospital, acute cirrhosis of the liver. He will not live more than a month.
Thank you kindly. It was nice of you to let her keep the illusion about her father.
What point is there in destroying a young girl's memories?
None. After all, Osmond and Stride both paid the death penalty.